streaming.
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It's gonna take a minute.
I know. Yep, there it goes. Just got the message. Share to...
Oh, I have 3 on. Wow. Okay.
And link sent to Dad and Grandma. Oh, I just realized how bad it looks. Because I'm texting with my middle finger. It looks like I'm flipping everyone off, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
So it's like, I was not flipping everyone off. I was just, for whatever reason, sometimes I'll just instinctually text with my middle finger. Oh, I just realized how bad it looks. Because I'm texting with my middle finger.
Okay.
It looks like I'm flipping everyone off, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
So it's like, I was not flipping everyone off. I was just, for whatever reason, sometimes I'll just instinctually text with my middle finger.
There you go.
What?
There you go.
Oh, God. Yeah, I'll monitor the live chat on my phone. Or actually, I'll just have it here so we can both see. Should have brought my little stand so I could stand it up properly, but I left that at my grandma's house. So today's going to be an interesting one. Today, can you turn that down a bit, please? So today's going to be interesting. We're not gaming. We're not reacting to anything. Today's just going to be, well, like the title says, inner monologues.
Well, this one's shooting the breeze.
Shooting the breeze, basically. Basically, we're just going to have our normal conversations, and you guys can feel free to put your input in. I said input twice, didn't I? We're not gaming. We're not reacting to anything. Today's just going to be... Well,
I don't think you put...
Said input twice?
I don't think you did.
No, I said you can feel free to put in your input. Okay, yeah, that's what I said.
I'm just gonna...
Oh yeah, move that out of the line of sight. I said input twice, didn't I?
Yeah, no, you didn't. Excuse you.
Yes, we are once again, we are recording on Kyle's back. Is this a deck or a porch? It looks too small to be a deck, but the way it's built is more...
It's a porch.
Okay, because the way it's built resembles a deck, but it's too small to be. One is more the size of a porch. Because most porches don't have railings and shit like that on them. That's usually a deck. But anyway, we're just going to shoot the breeze and just talk about random topics that pop into our minds. And by all means, feel free to jump in at any time using the live chat.
Feel free.
We look forward to and will gladly accept any and all input.
Yes.
And however, any flames will be used to roast marshmallows. Yes, I just went there. Oh god, watching this without sound on it's so weird. Especially since that 15-second delay. So we're going to have to remember what we're talking about when somebody goes to put in, because they're going to mention something about something we talked about 15 seconds ago. And we both know we don't have the greatest memory span. Don't eat while broadcasting.
Don't smoke while we're broadcasting.
Motherfucker, you're going to be doing it too. And don't try to act like you're not. You're a dick.
I'm just hungry.
Hey, Rosie. Come here, girl. Come here, Rosie. Are you caught on something again, Rosie? Yes, you are. Why do I think it's so wrapped up on these damn stairs? Hey, Rosie, you got it. Okay. There we go.
Might be boring, might not, but
Sit, Rosie. Sit, girl.
sit your booty down.
Rosie, sit. Good girl. Good girl. I forget, what breed is she?
She's a mix. Goat Lab. Me and my mom wants to say she is also a pointer. Because look at her paws. And she used to point too.
So, what's our first topic?
Fucking anything.
Well, I don't think we want to do that.
No.
I mean, hey, to certain people out there, anything is a pleasurable toy if you're brave enough. Trying to refrain from using certain words, so at some point this may be monetized. Yeah, fat chance that's going to happen. And we're going to try to avoid. We're going to do our best to avoid any political issues.
Yes. Just like the gaming, when we stream, we try to avoid using any political anything. It's just a division. That's all I'm going to say.
Are you just going to bring it up on here so that we can watch live chat there?
Oh, no.
Then why the fuck do you have YouTube up on your screen? What the fuck?
Wait, which one?
The far right.
That? The cats? Or this?
Both.
Okay,
no, we're not watching that. This is not a reaction channel. That just caught me off guard.
Well, he's wondering why it's not showing up, so.
Okay, because that just caught me off guard when you went on YouTube there, and those were a couple of first things to pop. But those just caught me off guard.
It's space.
What the? We are not reacting. We are just talking. Don't get me started this early, damn it. Do not get me started this fucking early. Let's just. Fuck. What are we gonna talk about?
Rosie is slaying. She's slaying her lane.
Don't make me smack you on this.
I punch back.
Anywho, if you guys have any topics that you'd like to discuss, feel free. Because right now we're drawing a blank.
Notice with the mic, it does not pick up the wind.
It doesn't? No. That's a good mic.
Yeah.
If you guys have any topics that you'd like to discuss, feel
well,
free.
kinda with the wind chimes, but
no, it doesn't. That doesn't pick up the wind one. That's a good mic.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, there is one thing that has actually made me wonder for quite some time when I first read about this, because for those that don't know, I have a huge fascination with sharks. Well, I'm probably going to butcher the pronunciation of this because I can never figure out how to properly pronounce it. But they have a lot of sharks have this sensor called the ampullae of Lorenzini, which is what allows them to detect electrical fields in the ocean to help them lock onto their prey.
Is it right in their
yeah, it's right.
snout?
It's like right under the snout. And I've always wondered, how does that actually work? What sensory organs in there actually allow them to pick up these minute electrical disturbances in the water to help them hone in on the prey? Because not just the smell of the blood in the water that they react to. Mind you, that helps, but it's the electrical disturbances from the movement of fish in the water that helps them determine if it's a healthy prey that might be a little harder to take down, or something that's wounded and might be easier to take down. What exactly is it in the Ampulive Lorenzini and sharks that helps them to determine this, and how does this said sensory organ work? I've always wondered this.
Oh. He knows a lot about...
Yeah, please turn that down.
He knows a lot about sharks. I know a lot about scorpions. Fuck.
We could pull it up on Google real quick, because I've always wondered that myself, but I've always tried to... I've never really had the means or resources to actually look into it. Usually too busy doing other stuff. You Google on there and I'll Google on my phone. And apparently we just lost 2 viewers because of this boring science talk. We were at 6, now we're down to 4.
It's showing 5 on mine.
No, my phone just said.
No, it's 4. How do you spell it?
AMPU
I'm just...
LLAE. Okay, here we go. Wikipedia, which I'm going to take with a grain of salt because anybody can go on there and edit that shit. The Ampulive Lorenzini, singular ampulla, are electroreceptors, sense organs able to detect electrical fields. They form a network of mucus-filled pores in the skin of cartilaginous fish, sharks, rays, and chimeras. I didn't know there was a fish known as a chimera. I thought that was a Greek mythological thing, but that's a separate topic.
I think I actually might have
And,
heard of it.
Bony fish. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the scientific name of that. Bony fish, such as reedfish, sturgeon, and lungfish. They are associated with and evolved from the mechanosensory lateral line organs of early vertebrates. Most bony fish and terrestrial vertebrates have lost their ampullae Lorenzini. But doesn't... Okay, give me how they work. Okay, I know this detects electric fields in the water, or precisely the potential difference between the voltage at the skin port or the voltage at the base of the fuck! Can't talk today!
No, you can't.
Electroreceptor cells. A positive force stimulus decreases the rate of nerve activity coming from the electroreceptors, while negative force stimulus increases the rate. Okay, it's telling me kind of how they work, but not how they can tell the difference between a healthy and wounded fish. Because while hunting, from my understanding, the Ampulive Lorenzini in sharks is a big indicator of whether the prey is already wounded or not.
Yeah.
And that's what draws my curiosity. How can that sensory organ determine if prey is wounded or healthy?
We lost a viewer.
Yeah, my dad never could speak, lol.
Oh, damn. He just went boom.
Yeah, my dad pulls no punches. Anyway, how do you think it works? Because personally, now I'm no expert in this specific. I'm not really an expert at all. I'm more of a enthusiast, I guess you could say. But the way I think it is in the movement of the fish itself. If a fish swims, and I'm just using fish as an example because sharks feast on other things as well, but fish is the easiest to talk about in this case. I think it deals with the movement of the fish, because a wounded fish will have more jerkier or unsteady movements as compared to a healthy fish, which will have a more smooth swim style.
Okay.
I think it's in those movements that the electrical field is distorted.
Oh yeah.
But again, that's just a personal theory.
There's a reason I want this after I crack my neck.
What?
Like, look at the bottom. You saw that?
I saw something, but anyway.
That's why I was like, huh? Like right at the bottom.
Yeah. Or we could talk about the nasal capacity of the shark itself, as there is a misconception among some people that they think a shark can smell a drop of blood a mile away, when in actuality, the more accuracy, if that's the correct terminology here, a shark can smell a single drop of blood in an Olympic-sized pool and home in on it. A mile might be a bit of a stretch, but like I said, I don't know everything about sharks, so I could be wrong on that.
How big is an Olympic pool?
And on topic, off topic, another thing that bogs my mind.
Oh, there.
Sharks have been around since before the dinosaurs.
50 meters long.
Okay, yeah, long, 2 meters deep, and 25 meters wide. And 2.5 million liters of water, or 660,000 gallons, a shark can detect and accurately home in on a single drop of blood. Again, if I am not mistaken. It's been a while since I've done any shark research. But again, on topic, off topic, sharks have been around for millions, maybe not hundreds, but millions of years before the dinosaurs. How did they survive the great cataclysm that wiped out so many other species?
How did the scorpions? Because they've been around before the dinosaurs.
That's another one. And same with snakes and alligators and crocodiles.
You know, that just made me.
How did these species survive the mass extinction that the dinosaurs failed to?
Okay, snakes been around 128 million years ago. So.
Okay, so they evolved around the same time period as the dinosaurs then. I think the Triassic was like 200. No, they would have been sometime in the Jurassic then. Late Triassic, early to mid Jurassic. I can't remember the exact time frames, but I know the Triassic started 200-some million years ago. And the Cretaceous ended just about 65, 66 million years ago. Give or take.
Grass.
I see. You have it right.
No, just grass.
Yeah. Oh, that's an interesting comment. I didn't know about that, Dad. There is a video of a girl about to dive headfirst in water, and a shark was opening its mouth like it was waiting for her. It broke the surface of the water. It may have been going after something else, or she might have been wearing jewelry, which the shark mistook for the reflection of scales of a fish.
Probably. The snakes came up after.
Okay, so
It was after.
After the Jurassic, or during. Flourished about 180 million. So yeah, during the Jurassic period.
During and after, like around that period. Okay. Scorpions are older than alligators.
Ooh, alligators have actually been around, I want to say, if my memory serves, before the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
So again,
I believe so.
how? Okay, alligators appeared around then. Crocodilians appeared during the Cretaceous period. Okay. But still, how did they survive when so many other species died out?
Just
Now,
be sure.
one of my favorite theories. Oh, hundreds of millions of years before the dinosaurs.
Sharks been around 30 million years before scorpions came to Earth.
Sharks, 450 million years ago is when the first sharks came to be.
Like, holy shit.
And they have changed a lot since then. You know, there's one shark that for the longest time, and I'm not sure if they have yet or not, they know only from a jawbone, specifically I believe the lower jaw, that's shaped like a buzzsaw. And they're not sure how exactly this jaw worked, if it was just a constantly rotating thing of teeth, or if it latched, or if it or that swung out like a whip to catch. If I remember correctly, I haven't looked into this lately, but no one knew exactly how this jaw worked. They could not put their hands. They could not wrap their minds around it.
Still a long ass time.
Spiders have been around only 50 million years shorter than sharks. That's surprising.
I mean, the thing is, scorpions, they have not changed a bit from when they were in the ocean
Yeah.
to the land.
The first scorpion actually was a sea dweller.
And this goes with the zodiac is
Scorpio.
with Scorpio being a scorpion. That's the reason why Scorpio is actually
A water sign.
because of that. Not just because of emotions and all that. That's on a different subject.
Actually, that brings up a good point. I was wondering, where did the idea of the zodiacs come from? That's another topic we can talk about.
I know it's from like different cultures.
Oh, without a doubt, it's one of the few things that different cultures around the world actually agreed upon, though in different ways.
But yeah, like that's how old scorpions are.
420 million years.
And they survived damn near everything.
Now, I will say this: one of my favorite prevailing theories about dinosaurs, which they actually touched upon in the Jurassic Park movie, is that they evolved into modern-day birds. Now, that is, like I said, just a theory. Though there is one specifically dinosaur that I am very, very curious about. With such stubby arms, what the heck did the T-Rex use them for? Why did the T-Rex evolve such small arms in comparison to the rest of its massive body?
I remember hearing about that.
The T-Rex, the Allosaurus, and only those of that direct family evolved like that. And even the Allosaurus had longer arms that were actually usable. The T-Rex is the only one that's arms were not usable. Some think that the only thing it used it for is basically standing up from sleeping or whatever. That's one theory. But I honestly just can't see how, given, like I said, the size proportion of the arms to the body.
Well, there's the how the zodiac signs like basically formed.
Babylonian. I honestly would have given it more to the Mayans or the Aztecs, maybe even the Incas. I don't think the Babylonians were responsible for the creation of the zodiacs.
The ancient Greece and the Babylon.
What about the Chinese? They have their own version in the different years, like year of the dog, year of the rat, year of the tiger.
Year of the rooster. Yeah. How did?
Bless you.
Thank you. Okay. Chinese zodiac start. This calendar, the lunar calendar paved the sequence of the Chinese zodiac animals. This calendar can be traced back to way before the zodiacs. By 900 years.
Not that big of a gap, but still a big gap. For those of you that don't know, this tends to happen to us a lot. We'll start on one topic, and somehow we'll wound up in something completely unrelated. Yeah. It happens all the time when we talk. Like, seriously, we could start off with how the weather is, like if it's good or bad, and suddenly end up on why Frankenstein wanted a bride. Yeah. We could make that jump. So, we may start on one thing, we will end on something completely unrelated.
I did not actually know about that with the Chinese.
Yeah, because, well, for example, we started talking about a specific sensory organ of sharks, and now we're talking about fucking Chinese zodiacs and whatnot.
According to legend, the calendar was created by
Ta Now, I believe.
Now?
Tao Now, I think is how you pronounce that.
How now? Sorry if we
We,
butcher it.
we sincerely apologize if we butcher any pronunciations. We are not the brightest bulbs in the room.
Minister of Emperor Hyung Tai has been
Young T?
Tai. It'd be Tai. Or T. No, it'd be Tai. I believe it'd be Tai. Has been used in Asia since 40,000 BC. Damn.
Shit. And speaking of time, the Mayan calendar. Why did they stop at 2012? Did they really believe that that would be the end of the year or end of the world, or do they just get lazy and just say, "Yeah, we're gonna stop it here"? Though, if I remember, 2 years back, maybe like 10 some years back or so, they found additional pieces of the calendar that put more time on it. Like, I could be wrong. That's just something I heard. I don't know if it's true or not.
Spell it wrong when the calendar is literally.
Like I said, we're not the sharpest tools in the shed.
Oh yeah, end of the world. My doomsday calendar.
Oh, excuse me.
This is all.
Where'd the cat go?
Cat went. I don't know. Too much reading.
You really don't like reading, do you?
I like writing, not reading.
Okay, that's one thing that bugs me. I can't like to write, but I don't like to read. It's like my dad, just as an example. He loves the smell of coffee, but can't stand the taste. Usually, to like one is to like the other, as for example, reading and writing can go hand in hand. Hand in hand. Writing. Anyway, just as sense of smell and taste tend to go together. Whatever you like the smell of, you typically like the taste of. So how can some people like the smell of something but not like the taste, and vice versa, like the taste of something but can't stand the smell of it? I just don't get how that works.
I hate the smell of cigarettes and I smoke.
Prime example. I personally don't care one way or the other for the smell, but I do enjoy the taste. Or maybe not so much the taste as the feeling of the smoke going down my throat.
Death going down.
Shut up. Anywho, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, the Mayan calendar. Or are we moving on to another topic now? Really? Really? That's gonna be our next topic? Jackass.
Now I say it's because.
Okay, Dad, have fun. Hope you're eating something good.
Okay, I'm looking up why are Aries hot-headed, and it actually comes out because of planet Mars.
He's doing this to piss me off because he knows I'm a fucking Aries.
Hey, I'm a Scorpio. One of our ruling planets is Mars. Traditionally. Modern, it's Pluto. Yeah. Aries is the commander-in-chief of explosive arguments and flying off the handle.
Oh, fuck you. You've had more than your fair share of outbursts.
No.
Again, monitoring the live chat, it's just weird seeing myself moving 15 seconds prior to what I'm actually doing now. It's weird. It's fucking weird. But I get why they did that for gaming channel, so people can't stream snipe them. But it's just weird to actually see it yourself when you're trying to monitor the live chat on your phone. What are you looking up? Oh, really? Oh, just again, monitoring the live chat, it's just weird seeing myself moving 15 seconds prior to what I'm actually doing now. It's weird. It's fucking weird. But I get why they did that for gaming channel, so people can't stream snipe them.
To have bad temper.
But it's just weird to actually see it yourself when you're trying to monitor the live chat on your phone.
That's just the
what are you looking up? Oh, really? Oh, just
again, monitoring the live chat, it's just weird seeing myself moving 15 seconds prior to what I'm actually doing now. It's weird. It's fucking weird. But I get why they did that for gaming channel, so people can't stream snipe.
My grandmother does not have a temper, and she's a Leo.
But it's just weird to actually see it yourself when you're trying to monitor the live chat on your phone.
Yes.
I would have put Scorpio much higher on this list than number 6.
What are you looking up? Oh, really? Again, monitoring the live chat, it's just weird seeing myself moving 15 seconds prior to what I'm actually doing now. It's weird. It's fucking weird.
Maybe.
But I get why they did that for gaming channel, so people can't stream snipe.
My grandmother does not have a temper, and she's a Leo.
But it's just weird to actually see it yourself when you're trying to monitor the live chat on your phone.
Slight.
Yes.
I would have put Scorpio much higher on this list than number 6.
What are you looking up? Really? Again, monitoring the live chat, it's just weird seeing myself moving 15 seconds prior to what I'm actually doing now. It's weird. It's fucking weird.
Maybe.
But I get why they did that for gaming channel, so people can't stream snipe.
My grandmother does not have a temper, and she's a Leo.
But it's just weird to actually see it yourself
No dying
when you're trying to monitor the live chat on your phone.
Slight.
Yes.
I would have put Scorpio much higher on this list than number 6.
What are you looking up?
I may have been lost on the CG, but I got an alibi.
Again, monitoring the live chat, it's just weird seeing myself moving 15 seconds prior to what I'm actually doing now. It's weird. It's fucking weird.
Maybe.
But I get why they did that for gaming channel, so people can't stream
My
snipe.
grandmother does not have a temper, and she's a
But
Leo.
it's just weird to actually see it yourself
No dying
when you're trying to monitor the live chat on your phone.
Yes.
I would have put Scorpio much higher on this list than number 6.
This was a bit of a
I may have been lost on the CG, but I got an alibi.
Again, monitoring the live chat, it's just weird seeing myself moving 15 seconds prior to what I'm actually doing now. It's weird. It's fucking weird.
So I honestly have no
But I
idea
get
how
why
that
they
running
did
joke got
that
started.
for gaming channel, so people
Now,
can't stream
as an
snipe.
army guy myself,
But it's just weird to
I
actually
get a few
see
laughs
it
out of it.
yourself when you're trying to
Marines aren't known for being the brightest bunch.
Yes.
But even I see them as more intelligent than just being a bunch of crayon eaters. Mad respect to them. But, again, I just don't see how that joke started. I really don't. Is it good for a few laughs? Yes. Does it make sense? To me, personally, no. Well, I can tell you what would happen if the world stopped turning. I mean, we'd all die. Wait, what would happen if a Scorpio and the Aries are friends? I'll tell you what would happen. Us. Lots of arguing, but always having each other's backs.
A friendship between an Aries and a Scorpio is like a friendship between two very similar people. They both like power, and this sometimes leads to conflict between them. But
No argument
if they
here.
learn to cooperate with instead of fighting against one another, they can go far.
As we've proven many times while playing games. And at work.
Such a dominating behavior sometimes result in conflicts and clashing. Aries voice their loyalty often, whereas Scorpios possess a profound sense of devotion to their relationship. However, they succeed in harassing their Volatile.
Yeah, that is true for you.
These two zodiac signs can build a firm friendship for a long time. Though. Exotic, not
Energetic.
I don't know why I said exotic.
Energetic.
Rams are the. Yes. Yes.
I don't initiate everything, damn it.
When it comes to Tony.
But he's not a Scorpio. He's a Leo.
But they take their first step to create their relationship.
Friendship.
Friendship with control freaks.
Yes. You are a fucking control freak. Don't you dare deny that.
Not always, but I'm not denying it. Not always.
Motherfucker, anytime we go to a live stream, it's always the game you want to play. Every time.
Aries is fire sign, Scorpio is a water sign. Although water and fire often do not go well together.
When do they ever go well together?
And
This is when they go well together.
And their friendship, this powerful mix, keeps them interested in each other. Okay.
I think we're losing people's attentions. We're down to 2 viewers.
It happens.
True.
It happens.
I'm sure we're going to hit some random ass topic soon. That's going to be way out of left field.
Yeah.
So remember, we started on a shark sensory organ, and now we're talking about zodiacs. Somehow we made that jump.
Hey, Rosie.
Hey, girl. Up here, puppers. No sniffing. No.
Hey, Rosie.
There goes the leg. You just smacked her head on the table. You just smacked her head on the table. You idiot.
Okay, Rosie. Yeah.
Seriously, where did this damn cat go? Yeah, he's around here somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere.
Mr. Fluffy does like to wander a bit. Actually, all your cats do. Even Psycho Kitty has gotten a bit adventurous. Watch your head, Rosie. You're right under the table.
She won't care. She's hard-headed.
Yeah, but the table's made of glass. I don't think you want her smashing the table to pieces. Especially since the computer and everything we're using the live stream right now is on it. Rosie, get your nose out of my crotch.
Oh, wow.
Meh. I can see it.
Yeah, but I didn't even know that it was that long. Excuse you.
I thought she was about to vomit. That's why I turned her head.
You guys wondering why I said excuse you?
Rosie belched.
Yeah.
And it didn't sound good. It legit sounded like she was about to vomit. Rosie, get your fucking nose out of my crotch. And your head's under the table again. Rosie, this way, Rosie. This way.
Move, Rosie.
This way.
Move, girl.
This way, dipshit.
That doesn't even look right. That fucking doesn't look right.
Wait, what doesn't look right?
Okay. A little too far.
What are we reviewing? Oh my god.
No, it's not that part. That just... That does not...
That does not look right at all. Rosie, no.
Move,
Rosie, move. Move, Rosie, no. That was not right at all. That did not look right at all. Sit, Rosie, sit. Sit your butt down. That did not look right at all. Rosie, sit. Good girl. Boop. Rosie, set. Good girl. I called it. I told you were going to smoke during the live stream.
Wow. After 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
I'm just saying. You said something to me.
I already smoked 1 or 2 cigarettes already. Now you're just realizing?
Piss off. You know when I focus on one thing, everything else takes a backseat. You know I unfortunately get that damn tunnel vision. Was that bug bothering you that much?
Yeah.
Anywho, what next? What next? Well, we can't talk about sports because I don't really care about sports. Yes, I know. I'm weird. I'm a guy, and I don't fucking care for sports.
I really don't care how that happened to me.
Actually, my brother bagged a nice deer while I was out hunting. Just the other day. Just yesterday, actually. Saw that new Emmett Till movie last night. That was a heartbreaker. And it's sad it's based on a true story, but I'm not even going to go into that.
Please don't.
Well, let's see. Oh. Remember it'd be a few months at this point. When we were out camping, I went to go fish and somehow hooked a frog. Let me see if I can pull up that picture. I hadn't even cast the fucking line. This fucker actually jumped to bite the mealworm that I had on my hook.
I don't know if you guys can see.
Oh, do you have it up on your phone?
Right here. I don't know if you can see that. Too
Maybe you turn the brightness down.
That could help. Okay, yeah. This.
Yeah, I hadn't even cast the line. I was getting ready to cast when I felt a sudden tug on my line. I'm like, what the hell? I look down, there's a fucking frog on my hook. It actually jumped to get the mealworm that I had for bait on my hook. I don't know what was going through this frog's mind, like, oh hey, a floating worm. That might be a tasty snack. He sure learned his lesson. I hope he learned his lesson after that one. Especially since the hook unfortunately went through one of his nostrils.
Yeah, free piercing.
Temporary. Got the hook back in. I can't remember if we saved the bait or not, if the bait was still on the hook. I can't remember.
I don't think it was.
Yeah, again, I don't know what possessed this frog to try to jump and catch a floating worm. Worms don't fly. They don't float. I don't know what went through this frog's mind. Oh yeah, when we slow-moed the shooting the cans. That was fun. Got a bit of target practice while we were out there. Tried to bag some squirrel, but didn't see a goddamn one. Which is really weird, considering it's a pretty forested area too.
Oh yeah, there was this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A nice little forested area. About 15 acres we were on. And not one fucking squirrel.
Yeah. That slow motion I was doing on this phone.
We're not doing an ad for your phone.
Oh, no. I'm just saying, like, with that.
Anyway, but yeah, it just strikes me as odd. A decent forested area like that, And not one squirrel? And 15 acres? No, we didn't see any wildlife except for maybe a few birds flying overhead. And that was before we started shooting. Well, before we started shooting cans, anyway. So it was after that I decided to try my hand at fishing, and, well, I hooked a frog. Yeah, that one was weird.
Fucking hate allergies.
Allergies hate you. And again, if you're watching and have something to say about one of our topics, please feel free in the live chat to say something. We try to interact with our audiences as we can. So, if you got something that you want to talk about that's completely different to what we're talking about, put it in the live chat and we'll talk about it.
Oh, sweet. Actually, that shows it.
What?
Actually, shows me changing the,
Oh, the settings?
yeah.
I know, we've talked a bit about what I want to talk about. Is there anything you got in mind?
Not really.
This whole thing was your idea and you got nothing you want to talk about.
Random. Okay.
Oh yeah, just leave me by myself on camera.
I'm just go over here. What the hell are you looking at, Lucy?
Yes. I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing.
Oh.
You seen any good movies lately?
I'm waiting for Avatar 2.
Oh, I hope it lives up to the hype, and it better be as good as the first one. Or I'm gonna be very disappointed.
I know
The first one was amazing.
I know there's people out there that don't like it because
It was an amazing movie. It grossed more at the box office than Titanic did.
Yeah, it did. But like, it's because how long it was. It's like,
Longer movie means, hey, more to enjoy. Were there a few slow parts? Yes, but every movie has slow parts. Hell, even the Godzilla movies have slow parts. I'm sorry, but the length of a movie is no reason to not like it. The hell is that? Oh, yeah, I looked into that myself out of curiosity. Apparently the chainsaw was invented as a means of helping with C-section births. That was the reasoning behind the chainsaw.
oh,
Yeah,
I cannot imagine it.
That was the original purpose of the chainsaw, was to make C-section births easier on the patient. Yeah, I bet that worked well. Go from that to cutting trees with them. Actually, a lot of modern stuff that we use today were invented for totally different reasons. Listerine, for example, this mouthwash that everybody loves to use, was actually invented originally to be a rat poison.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola was originally invented to be a medicine because it had cocaine in it. But obviously, once that became illegal, they took that out and it became a refreshing soft drink. Not sponsored by Coke, not an ad for Coke, just giving some history on the Coca-Cola.
One reason why is because it became addicting.
I know. I know, but I'm just saying. A lot of the things we use today that are so commonplace were invented for totally different reasons. Like I said, Listerine. Nice, refreshing mouthwash. Makes your breath smell good. Was originally meant to be a rat poison. The chainsaw. Innovative tool used for lumber harvesting. Was originally made to aid with C-section births. What?
Root beer was an accidental invention.
Oh yeah. Yeah, root beer was originally meant to be was originally intended to be an alcoholic drink to cure every sickness. But now, it's like Coca-Cola, it's a refreshing soft drink. Many things that we eat, drink, or otherwise ingest today, many of them were originally intended to be medicines. They just didn't work out that way. Many inventions did not work out the way their original purpose was, or what their original intention was to be, and instead found other uses for them in which said invention excelled at.
Yeah.
I still couldn't bear the thought of the original chainsaw being used for C-section births, though. And we're not making this up. Feel free to Google it yourselves.
Or just pause the video and look. The video already has why.
Yeah, we are not making this up. Google it. Any topic we talk about in here, we are Googling as we're talking about it to make sure we're getting our facts straight.
And to show you, although it's already in. Okay, there we go. Yeah. This is cornflakes.
Yeah, was originally meant to, if I remember correctly, was originally meant to be a mental medicine. Though for what mental condition, I can't remember. Actually, magazine pages were, and newspapers were all actually used before toilet paper. But we also had this. But no, in the Old West, in the outhouses, that's why they would always have those great big magazine books, whatever. People would be reading while taking a shit. When they were done, they would literally rip a page out and use that to wipe their ass.
Corn cobs.
Again, feel free to Google this.
Well, if you don't believe what's right here, Google it. I wanted to do that, but nope.
Actually, I used to know that. Random Google searches when I was bored. That was one of the things that just popped up. Like what was used before, so like here, that was one of the things that popped up. Whiskey. Before anesthesia, a lot of doctors would have them take a few shots to numb pain, especially dentistry.
Oh, right here. For anyone that's watching, you want to know, it's highlighted right there.
What is a mastectomy?
What?
Or a mastectomy? One line down from Mandrake.
Oh,
I have no idea what that is.
it's yep. What is it? Okay.
Mass. M-A-S.
There was, yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, okay.
You could have just right-clicked the paste.
Oh, to
Hey.
the breast.
So basically breast surgery for like breast cancer or some shit like that.
Okay, let's see here. Oh yeah, basically, yeah, to carry out to treat breast cancer.
Okay, I had no clue that's what that was actually called.
Neither did I.
Okay, this is one thing I'm curious about. Tobacco. Who was the first person to look at a tobacco leaf and go, I'm gonna roll that up and smoke it and see what happens? And same with milk. Who was the first person to look at a cow's udder and go, I'm gonna pull on that and drink whatever comes out of it? How did some of this shit come to be?
Oh wow,
I thought we were done looking up how long animals have been around.
this just popped in my head.
Hmm.
Orcas. Orcas been around about 11 million years.
Some people blame the orcas for the extinction of the megalodon.
When?
Not so much for attacking the meg itself, but for going after its food supply, causing the megs to starve. Anyway, seriously though, who was the first person to look at a tobacco leaf and go, I'm going to smoke that and see what happens? Or any kind of...
That was a random click, and I did not mean to.
Well, we weren't as intelligent back in his time. But at the time, I could see why people would think that. Because it looks like the sun revolves around us, but in actuality, we are revolving around the sun. Mesoamerica.
And South America. Tobacco was included or inducted to Euro-Asian.
But that doesn't explain why. Seriously, who had the bright idea to look at a tobacco leaf, or any leaf for that matter, and go, I'm going to light that thing on fire, or stick it in my mouth, and suck on it and see what happens?
Oh, rituals.
And like I said, same with the milk from a cow thing. Who was the guy? Who was the first person? So then, why did this person look at a cow's udder and go, I'm going to yank that thing and drink whatever comes out of it?
Okay.
That's another thing that boggles my mind.
Hair. I feel like basically like rituals.
Okay, but that still doesn't answer the first person to do it or why they did it.
This is like just basically the first civilization in Americas that did it.
I guess there are some answers we'll never know. Neolithic farmers in Britain and Northern Europe.
Damn Europeans.
They ruin everything! Just kidding. No, actually, that's getting into politics. We're not going to go there. We are avoiding anything political related.
Yeah, scientists have found some of the oldest evidence yet for dairy drinking people in modern Kenya and Sudan were ingesting milk products beginning of at least 6,000 years ago. That's before humans evolved the milk gene.
Before we evolved the milk gene?
Suggesting we were drinking the liquid before we had the genetic tools to properly digest it.
Oh, like corn.
Yeah.
Which we still haven't been able to properly digest that. It's like, why do we eat something if we can't digest it? I mean, I love the taste of corn. Especially corn on the cob with a bit of butter and salt. But I just don't understand why we eat it if we can't digest it. I mean, if we can't digest it, we're not really getting any nutritional value from it, are we? Oh, excuse me. What are we looking at now? Why the brain is called the... Well, why is anything called anything? Why is that called a microphone? Why is this called a cell phone? Why are you called Kyle? Why am I called Matt? Why are we as a species called humans?
Why is that called a hat?
Why is that called a dog?
For such as...
It's like, why is anything called anything?
From the Old English... So the word... that doesn't...
Explain much?
Answer why we're called brain, but...
Now
that is...
that brings up a topic I want to talk about. Brothers Grimm.
That's where we get the word brain from, is Brothers Grimm.
That actually brings up a topic I really want to talk about. Because I get that they do it for little kids to try to make the stories happy and everyone gets a happy ever after. No. Disney completely butchers the Brothers Grimm stories. They are meant to be cautionary tales, not everybody getting their happily ever after. In the original version of the Brothers Grimm... Yes, Grandma, we've already talked about that. Anyway, in the original version of the Brothers Grimm, Ariel, the Little Mermaid, did not get her happily ever after. In fact, when she got her legs, every step she took felt like she was dancing on knives. At the end of the story, she didn't get her happily ever after. She actually died and turned to sea foam. Cinderella. It didn't have such a peaceful ending. Yes, she got hurt. That was one where the princess did get her happily ever after. But during the process of trying to figure out who owned the glass slipper, the evil stepsisters actually cut off parts of their feet to try to make the slipper fit. And at the end of the story, the evil stepsisters and the stepmother had their eyes pecked out by the birds. In other words, that was Cinderella's friends. Snow White, the old witch, she wasn't crushed to death by a boulder. The dwarves actually caught her, forced her to wear these red-hot metal shoes and dance in them until she died. Pinocchio. Throughout Pinocchio, that fucker was literally lynched, burned. He killed Jiminy Cricket in the original version. It's like, Disney butchers these cautionary tales so that everybody gets their happily ever after. And frankly, it makes me sick. Stop turning these stories that are meant to be cautionary tales into these delightful realms of fantasy where people get their happily ever afters. It really bugs me. I do apologize for going on a rant, but that is something I do feel strongly about.
I'm not going to show this one. Oh, no.
Yeah, please don't. Please don't. That is not appropriate. That one is not appropriate.
Wow. Yeah.
No, Oh, I'm not sure if I should talk about Sleeping Beauty, given the nature of the original version of that. Because that one is really dark. Considering it involves some involuntary acts while she's unconscious. But seriously, if you don't know this, Google the original versions of these Disney fantasies. Look up the original Brothers Grimm versions of these stories, and you'll find that they are not the cheerful little fantasies Disney portrays them to be, but they're actually dark, gruesome, cautionary tales. Snow White, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Beauty and the Beast, they're all cautionary tales, meant to scare children into behaving. Again, sorry for going on a rant, but that's just something I feel strongly about.
Oh, wow.
Mesopotamia invented marriage?
That's the first
Or the first record of marriage.
Over several hundred years, marriage evolved into it. Well, basically,
Yeah.
from the first record, you can say they invented it. But became widespread through the Hebrews, Greeks, and Romans.
Though for the life of me going back to it, I actually cannot remember how the original version of Pinocchio ended. It's been so long since I've heard that version. But no. Again, I'm sorry I keep coming back to this, but Disney needs to stop butchering these cautionary tales into these delightful fantasies, which they are not. These stories are not meant to be delightful fantasies. They're not supposed to show everybody getting their happily ever after. They're supposed to be cautionary tales. I'm sorry, what was that? What did you just Google?
Oh, okay, no. Them? I put, who was the first woman to give birth?
Well, that depends on your religion.
It's like,
that really depends on your religion, and that's another topic we are not going to go into. Because that's going to spark a huge argument. At least a war in the comments section, possibly.
oh. Okay, I'm not going to put who invented the light bulb because that was
Edison.
technically.
At least he's the one that's given credit for it.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Again, this is what we're not going to talk about. This was just personal interest, but I didn't think Goodyear was the guy that invented that.
But some say he was.
I'm pretty sure they were being used well before that, though.
The Renaissance, Middle Age.
He may have been the one to invent the modern one. Now, I'm not going to come right out and say what it is, but let's just say it's something that you would use if you don't want to have children, yet at the same time still have fun with your partner. He's curious as to who first invented it, or at least came up with the idea.
That's why I'm not showing it.
Anyway, I'm curious on your opinion of that. The whole Disney Brothers Grimm thing.
They just need to stop messing with it.
If they're going to show them as the actual cautionary tales they're meant to be. Instead of all these lies of people getting their happily ever afters.
Yeah, no. Don't make not making like, oh, what they did.
Oh no,
Put more of the Brothers Grimm into it, but not as gruesome and.
Well, no, I say they need to. If they're going to do it, they need. I say they do it verbatim. The Brothers Grimm versions. They'll probably be rated PG-13 or hell even R, but that's the way the stories were meant to be told. They were meant to be cautionary tales. Not these happy little bedtime stories of people with princesses getting their happily ever afters and everybody living all happily and cheerful. No, that was not the point of the stories. The whole point of the Brothers Grimm stories were meant to scare children into behaving. For example, the legend of Krampus, basically Santa's evil twin. In the Germanic tale, Santa would bring in good presents to the good boys and girls, where Krampus would either he would be the one to either leave the coal, or he would kidnap them away, because they misbehaved. Obviously, that's just a very brief telling of the tale of Krampus, however you pronounce it. But again, it's supposed to be a cautionary tale. Many of these children books, the stories, the nursery rhymes, the songs, all have deeper and darker meanings. For example, the nursery rhyme, Ring Around the Rosie, is actually about the Black Death, the bubonic plague of the Dark Ages. Three Blind Mice, I believe, was supposed to be about the Catholicism versus Protestant kind of thing, if I'm not mistaken.
Holy shit.
I may have to double check that one. Now, the story behind the actual history or lesson behind Mother Goose, the dish ran with a spoon, catch him from. I'm not exactly sure what the actual dark hindrance there is, but I'm sure there's something. Yeah, a lot of these fun little nursery rhymes, these children's stories, a lot of them have deeper, darker meanings than children are taught these days. And frankly, it kind of makes me sad. Anyway, those of you watching, what's your opinion on this? On the whole Brothers Grimm, Disney, Happily Ever Afters versus Cautionary Tales debate. What do you think about this?
And there's a moth in the way.
Yes, there is. Get off the screen. Get off the screen.
I'm not helping you.
Damn moth.
That's a long time. That's a long time.
Oh yeah, the Nordic belief has been around for a long time, longer than people think. Again, we're not going to discuss religious aspects on here. I just mentioned the Catholic Protestant thing because that was actually the meaning or the story behind the nursery rhyme Three Blind Mice.
I'm only going to mention this. When people say Vikings, they think it's a group, like, type of race.
No.
And where they're from. No. Viking was a job.
Viking, or the proper pronunciation, Vikingur, literally translates meaning to raid. It was a job, not a people, not a race. It wasn't a religion. It wasn't a culture. It was a job, mostly done in summer. Because during winter, said Vikings would be at home tending to their families, making sure they survived said winter. And for those that don't know, it is actually evidence has come out years ago that it wasn't Columbus, but the Norse that first discovered the American islands, or at least the first Europeans to discover the American continents and islands and all that. Hundreds of years before Columbus.
Yeah, at first it was a bloody battle between The Norse. I'm gonna say the Norse or Vikings.
It's a general term referring to Scandinavian cultures like Norway, Finland, Sweden.
Finland is not.
Finland's not?
No.
No. Oh, that's right. I don't know why I keep wanting to say that. I apologize. It was Norway, some Germanic tribes. Switzerland was one of them, wasn't it? Switzerland was not Scandinavian?
Switzerland is between Germany and Italy.
That's right.
Sweden, Norway, Denmark.
Thank you. I thought there were more in there than that, though. But
they are the big.
Yeah, they're all considered to be of Norse origins.
Well,
for whatever reason.
Norse actually stands for Norwegian.
I know.
Those from, I know, but I'm saying to those who don't, Norse is actually those from Norway or Norwegian. Like with me, I can actually say a Norse because I do have Scandinavian in me.
Now, I don't know if I have any Scandinavian in me, which is why I can only claim to be Norse pagan because I follow the Norse belief.
But like, when the Vikings came to Americas, and it wasn't actually the main land of Americas.
Yeah, I believe it was a couple islands off of the Canadian coast, wasn't it?
Yeah. Newfoundland.
Yeah.
But
or Vinland, as they called it.
Mm-hmm. But the natives and the Vikings did fight. Both sides
bloodily.
Both sides did not give up. Vikings left for another 200 years. They came back
in peace.
Then,
and opened up trade routes between the Norse, the Danes, the Swedes, and the natives.
Mm-hmm.
Still, hundreds of years before Columbus ever even thought of setting sail to discover the New World. And for the record, I don't care what the hell Hollywood says, the Vikings did not have horns on their helmets.
Nope.
That is a media misconception, and that's all I'm going to say on it, because I'm going to go off on another rant. And I've already gone off on one rant today. Hey, Chas. Now, Jenna's not coming out?
Oh, no. She only comes out like 2 times. Gonna join our live?
Hell fucking no.
And hurry up.
Yeah, hurry up, because you're in the camera. Anyway, yeah. I am truly curious as to your guys' opinions on the whole Brothers Grimm Disney thing. And the nursery rhymes and the old children's tales of the version, the darker original versions being cautionary tales versus the modern happily ever after BS that's out there. I truly want to know your opinions on that matter. Like, which version should be taught? Well, should be versus what is. Because I personally believe the older, darker, cautionary versions should be taught to children rather than these everyone gets their happily ever afters. Because that, as far as I personally am concerned, that's just setting the kids up, one, for failure in life, thinking that everything's going to be handed to them and everything's just going to magically work out. And two, it's letting them get away with a lot of shit that normally they wouldn't get away with had they listened to these cautionary tales as children.
Went from one rant to a small rant. Back to...
No, I wasn't trying to go on a rant there. I'm legit asking for people's opinions on this matter. So those of you watching, please, comments, live chat if you're hearing this while we're live streaming this, tell me your opinions on this. I truly want to know. And I'm sorry for constantly interrupting you.
Who actually found? No.
Let me guess. It just said Columbus.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's wrong. Now he may have discovered the main continent, but no. Leif Erikson and them set foot in North America well before Columbus was even a thought in his parents' minds. Bet y'all weren't expecting to get a history lesson here. But then again, we started out with scientific debates, and suddenly we've gone on to nursery rhymes, old tales, history. Like, this is what happens when we just shoot the breeze with each other. We bounce around from random topic to random topic.
Oh yeah.
And these conversations can keep us entertained for hours on end.
Oh, you're back.
Take your time. Rosie! Get off of her! Where'd you go, Charlie? Here, kitty, kitty. Where'd you go, Charlie? Oh, hey, there's Mr. Fluffy again. Rosie, you need to stop doing that shit. You really do.
No, she's gonna do it to the wrong animals and attack her ass. She'll learn. Because obviously Jenna almost whipped your ass today.
For those of you wondering what cat I was looking for earlier, come here, Mr. Fluffy. This, and no, I am not the one that named him. This is Mr. Fluffy Kitty. Say hi, Mr. Fluffy Kitty. You are purring very heavily.
What do you expect? It's Mr. Fluffy.
And now I look like some cliche Hollywood villain. How shall we attempt to destroy the world today?
With a Scottish accent.
Go fuck yourself, man.
Nope.
He seems quite content with his new seat.
Yeah.
Little attention seeker. But then again, I kind of put him there, so. Oh, you going somewhere? You going somewhere, Mr. Fluffy? Nope, he just wants more attention. He just got tired of sitting down.
Nope.
I had to pull Rosie off Charlie. Wait, I always get them mixed up. I couldn't tell if it was Charlie or Char. I always get those two of them mixed up. Mr. Fluffy, no, not on the table. Not on the table, Mr. Fluffy.
We've been
around a lot longer than 300,000 years.
But those are for like the Homo sapiens.
Now that might be for what humanity is today.
Homo sapiens.
Yeah, but we as an actual species have been around much longer than that.
Then solid. Caveman. What was the caveman called? Start with that.
Oh, I know it was known as the Neolithic era. Neanderthals, I think might have been it.
Yes.
Must you rub against everything? I mean, that's a table. It's not going to give you attention. Kyle, somebody wants attention from you now. I got your tail, Mr. Fluffy. I got your tail. What you gonna do? He's just gonna slightly turn and say, fuck me. I have never seen a cat as affectionate as you, except for maybe my brother's old cat, Ranger. R.I.P. She lived a good life. She was happy. But she got old. Such is the way of life. Mr. Fluffy, could you get your tail out of my face, please? Move thy tail. I'm not going to pet you till you move your tail. Thank you, Mr. Fluffy. And right back in my face. So what are we looking up now? No, we're still trying to do the Neanderthal thing?
Yeah.
Trying to figure out how to spell it? Neander Thal. Neanderthal.
I just
Nean Neander Der Thal Thal.
actually, yeah. Actually, that's how you spell it.
Where are you going? What are you doing, Mr. Fluffy? I guess he's just part of the stream now.
Between 1300, 13, okay, 1,300,000 and
Actually, I think the
40,000.
Neanderthal was the species that went extinct.
No, actually, they have actually, basically, yes, they did, but they mated with the Homo sapiens. Most
Mr. Fluffy.
humans now have their
I know.
DNA.
I know. Mr. Fluffy, that was my armpit. Why are you rubbing up into it? I would laugh if you just shat all over you when you did that. I would have laughed my ass off. You were really affectionate today. More so than usual.
Okay. Ah, cats. If I'm right, actually, cats have been around a little longer than dogs.
Won't surprise me.
10,000 domestic cat. 10,000 to 12,000 years ago. Okay. That's just as a modern domestic cat was the last to appear about 3.4 million years ago.
Well, speaking of cats, going back on the science thing, did you know that the smallest wild, I don't know why they call it this because it's literally not that big, but the smallest big cat or wild cat is only about a foot in length, full grown.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, it's actually smaller than that. I think it's like 6 inches to a foot or something, full grown.
That's with canines. So, cats have truly been around way longer than.
Yeah, but we domesticated dogs first.
Because the first known domestic was 15,000 years ago. 15,000, yeah.
For cats?
No, dogs.
Oh, dogs, okay. Pretty sure we domesticated dogs first.
Cats had been.
Yeah, we domesticated dogs first. And actually, a lot of modern dogs were bred for a specific reason, like the Dachshund, for example, or more commonly known as the Wiener Hound. It's actually bred specifically to be that way so it can help hunt badgers by going into the badger's burrow and dragging them out for the hunter.
Cat-like, whatever, dog-like, merged within I'm not gonna say that because I'm not good at saying Latin words.
Let me see what word. Carnivore morpha.
That was about 45, 42 million years ago.
I probably butchered that because it is supposed to be Latin, but I just pronounced it as it's pronounced in English. Or would be pronounced in English.
First pure. So, you know what? By this. Okay, that was our best becoming domestic. So, by this, actually, dogs were actually older.
Fluffy, please lower thy ass. Thank you. Again, why are you so interested in my armpit, cat?
3.4.
Lower thy ass.
30 million years. So, yeah, dogs are actually older. Yeah.
Please, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I believe the saber-toothed tiger, if not mistaken, is actually a member of the canid family. If I'm not mistaken. I believe the saber-toothed tiger was actually a species of dog, if I am not mistaken.
No.
Oh, it is a cat?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was its own.
Okay, it was its own thing. Mr. Fluffy, not on the table.
Hyenas, I believe.
Hyenas are definitely dogs. I know that they are in the canine family, the canid genus.
No.
They're their own thing too? I thought they were part of the canid genus, the dog family.
No, they're actually in their own.
And actually, what people mistake as laughter is just how they bark.
And how they give birth is really messed up.
Yeah, they literally give birth through the same orifice that they piss out of.
This the female has a dick, and if she never gave birth before, she has a high chance of dying. Mother Nature really screwed over hyenas.
And Mother Nature got fucking... I'm not sure if Mother Nature got lazy or creative with the platypus. Looks like Mother Nature just threw that together with leftover parts, you know?
The platypuses.
I thought it was platypusi, or platypi for plural.
Platypuses. They're the only female, obviously.
Which is...
The duck-billed mammal is related to reptiles and birds.
Birds?
Apparently.
How is that thing related to birds? Oh. Do you know that when the platypus was first discovered, science thought it was a hoax?
Yeah.
Scientists actually thought it was a hoax. Until they found one alive. Because the first one that was documented was actually killed by a hunter and sent in to the scientists because he had no idea what the fuck he had just killed. They thought it was a hoax of a bunch of different animal parts sewn together. Yeah, cigarette went out. Buffy, could you move so I can get back here? Sit, Rosie. Good. Mr. Fluffy! That was uncalled for. There was no reason to smack at her. Bad kitties get put down. Not like that. Not like that.
I was about to say that. I was about to say not like that, but you
Not like that. I had to correct myself on that one. Now I got cat fur all over me. Why is Mr. Fluffy, no matter what time of year, constantly fucking shedding? It could be mid-fucking summer or mid-winter and he'd still be shedding giant clumps of fur.
Oh, I hate when they do that. Like, I hate when anyone puts, like, for scorpions,
Yeah?
says poisonous.
It's poison is man-made. Venom,
No.
man-made or by plant.
No. Poison is when you ingest it from through mouth, nose, or your skin.
That's why
Venom is injected by.
specifically and only through skin. And they're actually two different substances. Like I said, most poisons are either man-made or naturally occurring by plants. No animal is poisonous. Animals are venomous.
Poison frog.
That's still venom.
No.
It's not classified as a venom?
No. Because if it gets on your skin, you can get sick.
I thought that was still classified as venom.
No. Venom is when it's injected. Poison is inhaled or inhaled through your skin, ingested. Obviously, you're looking up because you don't believe me.
Okay, yeah, these frogs secrete noxious chemicals, aka poison, through granular glands that cover the skin.
Oh, you're looking up the frog?
Yeah, I was looking up the frog itself
Okay.
to see if it was classified as poisonous or venomous. But no, it's actually classified as poisonous.
Anyone, if you guys are wondering why I'm looking up this type of scorpion,
Ooh, there actually is
I can't say the first part of it,
Let me see.
but in the
Pandinus imperator. Sorry. Just trying to help you out there.
AKA Emperor Scorpion, is because I have an Emperor.
Yes, but back to the frog thing. The poison dart frog is classified as poisonous, but there are frogs that are classified as venomous, being the Greningi and a related species of hylid frogs. Apras fenda... I'm not going to try to pronounce that. Well, the Greningi and this other frog are the only venomous frogs known to science. My bad.
I don't get why do I have to use
Apparently, Chess, was you running down a Circle K? The little things popped up on the side of the screen.
this.
Sorry.
Don't have to say out loud. God,
I wasn't sure if you saw it or not.
I don't know. I didn't see off my phone.
I just
see
I
over
didn't
there.
I didn't know if you fucking saw it.
Don't be cussy at me.
I was just trying to help. Just trying to be nice. Mr. Fluffy, my backpack is not your fucking bed. Get off of it. That's 4 times today. He has never done that before. He has never done that before today. He has never used my backpack as a bed. I don't know why he's doing it now.
I don't know if you want to continue.
That's up to you, man. We can call it here, or...
Yeah, I'm gonna call it.
Yeah. No, seriously, some of those things we talked about, like the ones that we have opinions about, like the Brothers Grimm or some of the other stuff we talked about, please share your opinions and thoughts on these topics. We would love to hear what you guys think of these.
Yeah. Catch you guys later.